Well, guys, I know it's been a long time since we've had something up. Thanks for sticking with us. But I'm going to give you guys a little report from Daytona Beach, Florida at the Daytona International Speedway, where we're back down again for the annual 24 hours of Daytona, the Rolex 24, and had a really good time. And we're going to share some of these images and some video from the track. A few here of some of the competitors. You know, these the concept is an endurance race. It's a lot of innovation as well. These guys will start on Saturday afternoon and they will race until Sunday afternoon. They race through the night and they'll have driver changes. One guy that makes the whole event. But we got in, and here is Minorcan camp. We were comfortable, and this is the campground before things got started. It doesn't take long for fans to show up, and there was a really large crowd here at Daytona. I think this was, from what I understand, the largest crowd that they had at the event. So that was pretty impressive. This event continues to grow, sports car racing. One of the most interesting things out there to me was kind of walking around the campground and kind of looking different setups, different rigs, and we got to go back down for the 500. We're going back down for the Daytona 500, and we may do pretty much just a video on the different setups that people have that they bring down to camp in the infield. This car was the eventual overall winner of the Rolex 24. This was the 60 Acura. Car was fast. It sat on the pole through for the start of the race through qualifying and went on to win the race. And this is a part of it. These top prototype cars are now hybrid cars. They have an electric drive as well as the internal combustion engine, and the cars were surprisingly fast and reliable. I think they had one car that dropped out early as part of the drive system, but I think they worked on it, may have gotten that thing back into the race. We see some of the drivers coming out. The driver introduction is always neat. They have kind of a parade up with their nationality flags, bands playing. They come out the crowd. This is during the grid walk, and ton of people. It was probably the most packed that I've seen it. And I want you guys, that's the front straightaway right there. And we put the phone down, 18 degrees of banking on the front straightaway, which is really not straight. You can see it kind of bends there. But it is, the track is not flat at all. And that kind of is representative of the speeds that these cars are able to achieve out on the speedway. They'll come out onto the oval, race down through the oval into a chicane, back onto the high banks, and then they dive down into the infield, and they have a couple pretty big twists and turns down in the infield before they come back out on the oval. Pretty unique place, and I think it's 3.5 mile, 3.56 miles or so around this track with the infield race configuration. And all this is during the grid walk. You come out and you see people kind of signing the track. They bring their Sharpies out, leave little messages of luck and friendship. Kind of look at the crowd trying to get into the grid walk, and you never know who you're going to run. This is just kind of an open event. Here's one of the drivers just kind of walking through the crowd. Some of the displays that were out as part in the midway. This is actually an old Cadillac. eBay Motors was there. with a giveaway. You sign up for some information and get entered to win this camping rig. This is another one of the manufacturers. I think this was Cadillac that was there. Many of the manufacturers come out and bring their newest products. And we're on the race time. About 10 in the evening, they have a fireworks display. Kind of breaks up the monotony of the race. And we're back to racing again, right through the night. We get in to see who's going to win the race. Well, hey, the biggest thing about this thing is getting out and seeing old friends and race acquaintance that we have. And it's always a lot of fun. We're glad that you guys could come along here with us. We'll hope you stick around, and we'll get you another one out here for the Daytona 500 as we head out to that. Thanks. You guys stay safe out there.